Welcome. Welcome to Merging with the Divine. I am Grace, Ecstatic Life Events, and I love this beautiful class, and it's going to be a little bit heady at first, just in order to get us into our hearts and that state of being, that state of present moment awareness, where we can truly bask in that divine presence, which is within us all. And within every heart, within every soul, within every instant of time, and in every circumstance that could ever exist. Never leaves us, always there for us, all times. So let's take a moment to just center ourselves and close our eyes and bring our energy into our body. Bring the energy into the inner sensations within the body. Noticing those sensations, just the simple sensations, maybe of the heart beating. Our awareness is so often directed externally. Taking a few moments to direct your awareness and your attention inward into the aliveness within you. Sending that aliveness, that intelligence, love, this eternal friend that can never abandon you. Always loves you. This inner Atman, this inner soul power. Completely forgives, sees there's nothing to forgive, sees only pure innocence and love, the truth within you. Doesn't see the illusions and lies and the stories, guilt and fear. Sees way past to the truth of you. And that earth underneath you supporting your body, you're safe. There's nowhere to go, nothing to do, but be here now for this lesson. Let's gently open our eyes. Merging with the divine. Wow, what a subject, huh? This is the ultimate goal of yoga, to yoke, become one, to merge with source. Merge all aspects, divine self with the human self, astral self, mental bodies, emotional bodies, all the koshas, the systems, in one, merging. This is part one. We're going to go through a little lesson, and then a little meditation, and we'll have a part two for this as well. And this lesson is a lesson that was taught thousands of years ago and will continue to be taught for thousands of years to come. And then there simply will no longer be time. Only the sacred stillness here, now. Everyone merges with the divine. Nothing can be sustained unless deeply connected to the divine source, creator of the universe, which includes your soul and your awareness. There's nothing outside or separate from the creator. You can never be apart or separate from your creator or anyone you love, for that matter. This one thought, fully realized and accepted into the mind, body, and soul, will completely liberate your mind, body, and soul into full immersion with the divine. That thought again: there's nothing outside or separate from the creator. Can never be apart or separate from your creator or anyone you love, for that matter. It is only the thought of separation and the infinite forms of the guilt and fear that keeps us from the divine awareness that is always available, ever present in all circumstances, for all beings, at all times, eternally, forever. Therefore, you can never again bring up an excuse for why you are not merging with the divine within. The divine that is everywhere. That is you. That is me. That is omnipresent, all loving and good. This can be a challenge. This can be a challenge at times because life is not a game for the faint at heart. Life is for those souls who are powerful beyond belief. Life is challenges big and small that arise when you are living in a lower vibrational frequency. Yet when your vibration is high, you soar and you fly. Now let's look into this mystery, which is actually no mystery at all. It is logical, scientific, natural, and makes perfect sense. I want to explain with a few experiences from my beloved mother to help the mind understand a bit more of the soul and body. When I was in third grade, I remember a new kid, Ken, came into our class sometime in the middle of the school year. Ken took 2 weeks to make some friends. Took weeks to make some friends. I later found out he was very shy, and it took a while for him to feel safe with other people. What I noticed as a third grader was that it was hard to come to a new school and find new friends. Ken went through school with a few very close and loyal friends. He was always quiet, yet very kind and smart, always acing classes. Then in fourth grade, we had a new student, Emily, come into our school mid-season. Emily blew my assumptions about being new. She had more friends than any of us within her first week of school. She later became the president of our class, a cheerleader, and starred in a few school plays. In sixth grade, another new kid, Mark, joined our class, and he was funny. He made friends that smoked a lot of pot, skipped a lot of school. He was an amazing guitar player and artist. The message for the story is the fundamental truth that is our soul vibration and mental choices that determines our destiny, not the circumstances of the body. We are souls animating through the temporary vehicle of the human body, and have had many opportunities through many vehicles in many lifetimes. When the soul animates through a vehicle such as a human body, it is like putting on a pair of clothing or getting into a car or bus. We are not the clothing or the vehicle. However, they assist us in having experiences. The body and brain are the results of the soul and the mind. True awakenings, which are ongoing throughout one's life, are spontaneous awakenings, glimpsing into your true identity. A shift of identity from a limited body and brain to becoming everything you are aware of is a huge transformation. We need to be very rooted in our true identity as an infinite soul power and become in love with the eternal self, having a temporary experience. There is a self within you that is your true eternal self that you can never lose. You can never be separate from. It's constantly evolving and has wisdom and experiences from lifetimes on many planes of existences as a body, an animal, an astral body, an orb, and all the infinite forms the soul can imagine. Pure light. You have a unique vibration that is a crucial and equally important and valuable part of the universal symphony, creating astounding harmony throughout the entire universe. Don't ever allow a circumstance to disempower you. Your power is within. You bring your vibration with you, and you get to sculpt that vibration through the thoughts you think, the love you give and receive, and the emotions you feel, the things you say, the actions you take, the experiences you create. When Ken came to school, he brought his vortex. He was shy and took a while to make a friend. Not because he was new to school or the circumstances. However, that probably didn't help. But because he was shy, Ken's reserved nature allowed him to enjoy a few good friends and slip into the background rather than the spotlight. Emily was popular in the previous school she attended later in college and has lived a very social life. Mark tested the boundaries as a teen, yet became very happy, successful, and wealthy later in life. What is the same in all these three people is that their outer experiences in their youth, being new students, was a reflection of the inner soul power. We bring our soul power with us wherever we go, and we bring our vibrational frequency, and it will attract all that resonates with it. Emily brought her friendly, outgoing, and social nature with her. Ken brought his deep, reflective intelligence, and Mark brought his playful, free, and expansive self. We will attract to us that which matches our vibrational frequency. Or, in other words, our soul power shines forth from within us and through the human condition and creates images and circumstances that are perfect vibrational match. A perfect visual cause and effect story. Source, creator, universe, God of your understanding. An effect is the soul power. So source is creator, effect is the soul power through extension of love, the self. The soul power is cause of the material world, physical circumstances, relationships, and works, and they are the effect. So soul, universe, creator, source. It's the source of the soul power. The soul power is an effect of, an extension of the creator source. And then the soul power is made in the likeness of the divine source creator, is the source of the material world and the body. And the body and the material world are the effect of the soul power. You are not driven by your circumstances, but by the ever-deepening passion of your eternal soul and all-loving creative source. creator source. All right. So I heard this story on YouTube, and it was about a man flying in a two-person airplane. It was just him and the pilot. And weather began to stir, and the plane began to shake and bump around the man, and he was frightened and clutching his seat. The pilot called into air traffic control, and they kept repeating, "Ascend and maintain. Ascend and maintain. Ascend and maintain." Once the pilot ascended to a high altitude, the skies were calm, shining blue. The plane was humming above without a notice, smooth sailing, and they could enjoy the views and marveled at the miracles, the beauty, and the grace all around them. If we use this analogy to understand spiritual maturity, you can replace the weather with low vibrational thoughts, energies, jealousy, anger, resentment, blame of self or other, hate, limited thinking, toxic attitudes, depression, anxiety, anything less than deep peace. Then you can replace the turbulence with the outer circumstances, money struggles, relationship struggles, health struggles, discontentment struggles. Then replace ascending the altitude to ascending the vibrational frequency, the light quotient, the divine design, the happiness quotient, the conversations, the actions, the thoughts, the degree of peace, the connection with divine source, creator, mother, father, Abba. Use the analogy options for what works for your culture. And if needed, add your own words. The words are not as important as the vibration they provide you. Each mind is unique. Use the concept that brings you toward the light, the love, the divine presence. Use the materials that evoke peace within you, that provide reassurance and ring true to a deeper part of you, even though you may not know the words to describe it. When we ascend our thoughts to higher frequencies such as gratitude, love, forgiveness, compassion, peace, joy, then we attract a whole different landscape in our physical world. You could say a mind at peace could attract a farm to reside in and wander through astounding beauty in all directions, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. The skies will be calm when the vibration is calm. When drama, complaining, negativity, fear enter into the scene of the mind, outer circumstances will mirror your dramatic vibration. I did a talk on that, and I'm going to share the link at the bottom of this lesson. This is to get us to a point where we can see more clearly that our soul power with the mind, capital M mind, not the brain, are the cause of physical circumstances we find ourselves in at this moment. Some of this is planned before we're born. Some of it is the constructs and conditioning and choices of this lifetime. Okay, let's see. Which the body and physical world with all its images is the effect. Similar to the mind being the old-fashioned movie projector with rolls of tape, the soul being the empty, open, pure white background. It's everywhere, above, beyond, omnipresent. And the body and physical world are the images reflected onto the backdrop of the soul. The images arising from pure potentiality, similar to the silence which allows all sound to occur. the stillness that allows all light to arise. Even deeper is the truth that a universal cause, source, creator has created you and sustains you in perfect, unending love. You did not create yourself. Your soul power now becomes the effect of a deeper cause. Then we can use the knowledge of a soul power having a human experience, that the soul power is a constant reality, yet the mind can block the truth, small m. Hence, our work is in healing and transforming the mind so the pure, all-loving, true nature of your divine God self can animate through easily and effortlessly as a natural way of being. We're going to talk about a couple concepts. The first is responsibility. That one was cause and effect. This is responsibility. We are totally responsible for our lives. Maybe not on an unconscious level, but on some level of experience. There is a higher aspect of ourselves that controls and empowers and oversees this experience of a human lifetime. Part of ourself that planned this lifetime before we were even born into it. Much more is going on. Many beings, angels, light being, ancestors, lineage, family, friends, beloved, past loved ones, archangels are helping and assisting. Although at the end of the day, no one, not even an archangel, can take away your free will to choose the vibrational frequency you choose. The thoughts you choose, the state of mind. You can pray for help, pray to the God of your understanding, a past loved one, an angel, a guide, a guru, but at the end of the day, you need to choose your state of mind. Your thoughts, you choose your beliefs, you choose your actions and your emotions. No one can choose that for you. You are totally responsible. And in all these inner experiences will predict your day, your outer experience. Walk this earth knowing you are an eternal soul power in a human vehicle with human sensory equipment. Knowing that the human equipment, including the mind, is responsible for their circumstances, for the projected images on the movie screen of physical life. Remembering this human vehicle's sensory equipment is very limited. And there are other equipment the soul animates through on different planes of existence and realities, paradigms, universes, dimensions that have a much more expanded sensory equipment. So they can be aware of you as a human body, but you may not be aware of them because your limitations in spirit and sensory equipment. And this is why past loved ones can often see you. Their sensory equipment now is much more expanded. They can see through many more dimensions. But you can't see them because of your sensory equipment is very limited. It's kind of like being an ant versus a person. Ant has a limited perspective. The very good news is that you have the complete and absolute authority and choice as to your state of mind. Therefore, you are free to choose your vibrational frequency. The thoughts you entertain, including your interpretation and viewpoint of life, you fully choose and are free to choose the beliefs you agree to. Of all the infinite beliefs, none are true, none are false. They're all beliefs and they all have consequences. You get to choose which ones inspire you. And what you believe in will out-manifest. You also get to choose the actions you take and the emotions you experience. This is why you are wholly responsible, wholly empowered, liberated to choose and have authority over our physical domain. We are scripting our lives according to our desires, our visions, our passions, mental constructs, thoughts, images, beliefs, emotions, and yes, actions. You want to change on the outer in our outer circumstances, then we need to transform and change the inner workings, such as the desires, visions, passions, mental constructs, thoughts, images, beliefs, emotions, and yes, action. Responsibility is choosing to never again get confused and mistaken that you are ever a victim. Responsibility demands you are impeccable and disciplined with your mind, never allowing in thoughts you don't want to create. They might come, but talk to the hand, cancel, choose for me for peace, instantly change the channel. Let's see. Never allowing in thoughts you don't want to create. Thoughts like fear, illusions, drama, and lies that bring your vibration down. We're going to cancel those. Feel yourself drop into that frequency, as you are not your thoughts. There are thought channels, and we are going to train our minds to reside in the highest vibrational thought channels possible in every moment, continuing to raise the vibration of what our frequency is vibrating at. Higher and higher thoughts, higher and higher vibrations. The individual soul power has 100% responsibility for their journey to humanity. When the eternal soul has a human experience, it needs to come to a point of maturity where it takes full responsibility for the projections it creates, its outer world, your vortex and vibration, all its outer circumstances, not in a blame, fault, disempowered way, in an intelligent way to guide you to higher frequencies, to come closer to higher vibrationals and the purest love possible, to merge with the divine light, creator, source, Brahman, eternal beloved. Merging with the divine is a path of maturity, journey, a mastering of the mind and vibration, allowing only the voice of truth to be heard and holding the highest possible vibration of pure love at all times and in all circumstances. Now that we have received principles of cause and effect and responsibility as deeply as our mind can accept at this time, we can move on to merging more and more deeply into the heart of our divine beloved. Know what you are as an ancient, eternal soul power, a mind with a capital M, master with a capital N, child of God, capital, extension of pure love, light, and possibility. You freely choose to have this physical human experience for your personal soul purposes, always to expand your true nature. You are one in God, as God, with God, for God. Nothing exists outside of God, the infinite universe, perfect love. You are perfect love, a divine extension of perfect love, sustained in perfect love always and forever. Of all the commodities within the universe, only one is of true value, and that is love. Love is the most valuable and the only eternal commodity. Love and connection are all that is ever needed as a soul power, and love of self and God are the foundations for all love. relationships. When we merge into the all-loving self and the all-loving creator, we merge with all that is, all life, all the loved ones, all of creation, the universe. One mind, one heart. Merging with the divine is not an intellectual process. It's not accessible at the level of thinking, analyzing, or contemplation. It is on the level of being your soul power. Basking in your truest nature. Being pure awareness, consciousness, existence, bliss. Therefore, it is valuable to become very aware of the distinctive qualities between existing and thinking versus being. This will help you to choose states of being in those times you wish to meditate and merge with the divine, basking in the divine nectar. The frequency of thought is a very busy energy, racing, upsetting, sometimes nervous, attached, analyzing, figuring out, urgent. If the thoughts are stressful, disturbing, negative, or upsetting, then toxic vibrations are born, breeding toxic actions, including both what is said and done. In thought, there is no stillness or presence. It is a very unaware state. There is a need to make sense of things, judge everything and everyone, and figure out even what doesn't need to be figured out or even solved. What is wrong with this moment? Or what can it complain about? What the mind thinks. The thought frequency can distract your attention from the present, losing precious moments. If your child is smiling at you and you are lost in thought, unaware and distracted, you've missed a precious moment. The state of being has a very different feel. It is blissful, peaceful, silent, and still. Relax. There is a calmness, a freedom, sense of empowerment, a compassion and love that is unending. It is a felt sense coming from the heart, basking in the bliss of being. Your own ecstatic being. The heart, the soul, the mind, the capital M, is still, and you are aware of the sounds, completely neutral, with no judgments, simply noticing in peace. There's no agenda, nothing to do but bask in conscious awareness in the eternal present moment bliss, ever present within you. We bring our awareness to the divine of our choosing. The name doesn't matter because the divine source is far beyond all names and limitations, being everything. Use a name that works for you today, knowing it may evolve in time. Open your mind and senses. Put on music that brings you joy, opens your heart, brings a sense of peace. The divine that sustains all life everywhere throughout this planet, the solar system, galaxy, and all the galaxies within the universe also sustains you. Perfect, unending love. The divine source created your soul and sustains you in each moment for all eternity in perfect love. Your true nature. We're going to say a prayer, meditate to a prayer, and then move on to a meditation. Beloved God, God of my present moment understanding, thank you for creating me, for sustaining me, and most of all, loving me. I am told we can never be apart. I pray to feel you deep within me always, to love you deeper with each passing instant. Beloved Mother, Father, Abba, to know and feel your love for me flowing and overflowing in and through me always. To know I am never separate from anything ever, most especially those I love and who love me. And you, my God. I surrender my heart to you that sustains me. Help me to extend love to all. When over time you meditate on the divine self and source and bring your awareness inward, you are also able to dip into this state more and more often, and life begins to transform spontaneously. Let's meditate now together to music, basking in divine bliss, noticing the different experiences between when your mind is in thinking and being. When you notice your thinking, just kindly and gently remind your mind that you're practicing being right now. You're in a being meditation, not a thinking state. And you'll be back to the mind when you're done. And you might have to repeat that and dismiss the mind several times throughout this short 10-minute meditation. Closing your eyes, rooting deep inside your heart, putting on the music of your choice, connecting to your divine through your heart, through your crown, feeling the light, the opening, the expansiveness. And stay connected to your divine. If you notice your thoughts have entered in, gently, kindly bring yourself back into being. You might have a mantra like thank you or I love you. Brings you back into that state of being, state of gratitude, that state of love. Remaining connected and basking. Aware, still. basking in that connection to your divine presence. Felt sense of your being. Mere conscious basking in the divine, connecting to the divine within, everywhere. Divine of your understanding. Knowing yourself as everything you are aware of. Know where you are now. Divine consciousness appears through your expression, physicality, brushes against you quickly. It's able to see your entire life, all your challenges and triumphs, all your life, all your stories. Solved behind you, brought you to this present moment of full union and merging with the divine. Your love, your light. You are one in the likeness of Creator. Taking a deep breath into the belly, beginning to come back. Maintaining that connection with the divine. Keeping connected. As you gently open your eyes, maintaining that connection, coming back. Thank you for joining me for part 1 of Merging with the Divine. I am Grace. Please go to ecstaticyoga.studio for more information on our yoga retreats and our yoga teacher trainings and all our different trainings. Wishing you a most beautiful, most blessed day. Namaste.